Now, just like you saw in the title, focus on these and get thicker arms specifically for skinny guys. But why should you listen? Well, here's the thing. If you can have very big arms and in the same time very thick, then that's the best thing you can do for your physique right there as a skinny guy. And I'm going to explain to you why. The arms are visible most of the time, all right? Especially if it's not winter, right? So that's why as skinny guys, arms are our number one priority. So there are three main parts that you need to focus on and three main lessons you need to learn in order to build thicker arms fast as a complete skinny man. Because I want to solve this problem for you once and for all, I will teach you everything you need to know in this video. But who am I? I've always been a skinny guy trying to bulk up. I did so many mistakes and decisions which I regret. That's why I feel that I have this in advice. I tried a bunch of advice from Instagram, all that stuff. Some stuff worked, some really didn't. That's why I want to share this advice with you. All right, so lesson number one. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you like all these fitness influencers out there, because they're trying to find new things to sell you. All right, you need to focus on this specific angle. You need to do this thing and all that stuff. No, here's the truth, the reality. Most gains will come from the biceps and the triceps. This is the reality. All right. Most gains, 80-90% of the gains are going to come from biceps and the triceps. Why? Because these are the major muscles, as you can see right here. These are the most visible muscles in the arms. The triceps right here and the biceps. That's why the most gains will come from training these muscles, not the little muscles out there. However, we're going to talk about those. But the main thing you don't need to go about training the arms like, oh, I need to really focus on this small muscle in order to get bigger arms. That advice is for you if you already have big arms and you just want to get the bonus. But if you start out as a complete skinny guy, do not focus too much on those small things. You need to focus on biceps and triceps for the beginning. Therefore, training them correctly is the foundation right there. That's what you need to focus on in the first place. So, some tips for you to achieve high quality training for the biceps and triceps. And this is going to apply for every single muscle, but we're going to talk about biceps and triceps. So the first thing you need to do is to choose very good exercises, high quality exercises. Now, how do you define high quality exercises for the biceps and triceps? Well, number one, I would say a good exercise for the biceps and the triceps, or let's say for the biceps to make it easier, is going to be an exercise that is going to target mainly the bicep, right? Because if I tell you, okay, go on Instagram and find the most attractive, most popular exercise, that's going to be fucking like doing bicep curl and shoulder press and all that stuff. That's not how you train your biceps. So, number one, a good exercise is going to be the one that targets primarily the muscle that you want to train, the biceps. And then number two is going to be not any kind of, not an exercise that it's not made of multiple exercises. Just like I said, bicep curl, shoulder press, tricep extension, abs, and plank, right? You don't want to do that in order to train your biceps. So that's for the exercises. And one more thing, you don't need a lot of exercises. So think about it. If I give you 3 best exercises for the arms, only do those and you're going to get big arms. What are you going to do? You're going to go hard on those. But if I give you 10 exercises for the arms, let's say I give you 10 exercises for the biceps, what are you going to do? You're just simply going to not go hard on every single one because you think, okay, I have 10 exercises to go through. But pick the best 3. Make sure these are primarily targeting the muscle that you're trying to train, and you're good to go. No more than 3 exercises, especially for biceps and triceps, because these are small muscles. And you're going to say, okay, but this guy says that the triceps has 3 heads and I need 3 exercises for each head. Bullshit. With one single exercise, you can target all the heads in the same time. Yeah, that's true. The triceps has 3 heads, but if you just put your arms like right here and do these extensions, overhead extensions, you're going to target all the triceps heads in the same time. Once you're ready, you can get the exact meal plans and training programs and the exact strategy I use to gain weight fast and build muscle very, very fast and do my body transformation very fast. Click the link below once you're ready. Same for the biceps. Okay, so that's for exercises. Now, very quickly, I'm going to go through technique. So a good technique is going to be one that allows you to train the muscle till failure, not because of any kind of structure or other muscle. So I'm going to give you an example. If I train my biceps and I fail because of my bicep, that's good technique. If I train my biceps and I stop because my shoulders hurt, that's not good technique, because my biceps could do more reps, but I stopped not because of my bicep, but because of something else. That's not good technique. So if that happens to you, change your technique. And of course, progressive overload. Progressive overload means in time making the exercise harder and harder. Two main ways: from week to week, increase the reps, add 1 to 2 reps, or you can do the same reps from the previous week and you add 1 kilogram or 2 kilograms at max from week to week. Now, just a warning, you're gonna be in the situation where you cannot add reps, you cannot add weight. What to do in that situation? Well, you just focus on improving your technique. That's it. Train slower. Okay, point number 2. Brachialis. Let's talk about this muscle. You probably heard about this muscle on the internet, but you don't really understand why you need to train it. All right. So this muscle right here, this is the brachialis right here, and it starts from, let's say, half of the middle of the humerus, the bone humerus, and it starts here in the elbow. All right. So this is the muscle right here. As you can see, this has it's relatively a short muscle, but it has a thicker belly. All right. So the belly is basically this part right here of the muscle belly. Now, this is primarily an elbow flexor. That means is responsible for going from here to here. Let me quickly check if you can see me. Okay, you can see me. So that's the main function of this muscle, going from here to here. So that means you train your brachialis muscle in the same time while training the biceps. Good. It has a flat and thick belly. That's what I told you, and that makes the peak of the biceps bigger. So this brachialis muscle is under the bicep. So you can imagine, if it's under the bicep and you train that muscle, it gets bigger. It's gonna help. It's gonna bring the bicep. It's gonna make the peak of the bicep bigger if it's under. All right. So that's good to know. Now, you can see it here. It's also gonna make your arm thicker, because you can see it here in the middle. So it's under the bicep, but on the lateral view right here, you can see it. It's not something on top of it. So you can see it. So if you develop that, it's gonna also make it thicker. Now, based on all of this information, this brachialis muscle, if you develop it, is going to make your arm look bigger. So how to target this muscle? Now, brachialis works in the same time with the biceps, just like I told you, but it still works while doing some elbow flexion with the thumb towards the ceiling. So with the bicep curl, normal bicep curl, you go like this, you curl like this. You can still train this brachialis muscle by doing this. So you do hammer curls. Keep in mind this, because this is going to help us in the next slide. Point number 3. Brachioradialis. This is also a flexor of the elbow. The same, you can see it here. It starts again from this bone humerus and it inserts here. Now, the way we're going to target this is by doing hammer curls again. So that's good, because you will train brachialis and brachioradialis in the same time. So you can do hammer curls and you're going to train this muscle and this muscle in the same time. Now you can see this muscle. If you put your elbow at 90 degrees, you press with your arm here and you try to do a bicep curl, you're going to see this muscle going out. That's the muscle that we're trying to target. This is going to make your forearm look thicker. So overall, it's going to make your arm look thicker and bigger. Now, here are some key points. Training these muscles are going to make a complete thicker look of your arms. Like I said, you need to focus on the biceps and triceps in the first place if you're a complete skinny guy, just because you simply do not have the muscle mass that you need. You still want to focus on these small muscles, but not that much in the beginning, especially in the beginning. So for all of these muscles, use good technique, just like I taught you. Overload from week to week, add reps or load, or train slower, improve the technique, and train them till failure. How do you know if you reach failure? Where if you are close to failure, then the weight starts to feel heavier and heavier, much heavier than when you first started doing the set. And then the speed of the reps decreases. So if in the beginning of the set you can do reps like this, towards the end of the set, when you are close to failure, it's gonna look something like this. You're gonna push really, really hard in order to lift that weight. So that's close to failure. And when you reach failure is basically when you cannot complete one more full rep. That's it. Train them till failure. Now, these are small muscles that means they recover fast. Meaning you can train them 3 or 4 times per week. Do not overthink this. I know in the beginning it's a bit overwhelming to know all of this stuff, but here's my advice. Do not really focus on these muscles. You need to know, keep in mind this, just add some hammer curls to your training and you're good to go. The other stuff, focus on the biceps and the triceps. Now, if you liked this video, click the link in the description, take action today and stop looking like a boy, because that's how you look if you are a complete skinny guy. Other guys have already got this program and they're very happy about it. Go click the link below and check it.